I'm just going to show a little bit of it here, just to show. See, I didn't even make this for this bottle, but it would carry it just fine. You put that in there, hang that thing off your pack, and it ain't going nowhere. But that's it. Really nothing to it. Just a few minutes worth of work, and you got you a nice little rope basket. Kind of dark in here, ain't it? All right, everybody, PJ back. Just making video after video today. Just what I'm gonna do here, and I'm not gonna show you all of this. I'm gonna show you how to get started. I might get it down to the finish because it's gonna take me some time to do all this. And I've already got it started, just to show you kind of what I got. It's gonna look like a jumbled up mess. I was looking at cases for that analyzer that I just put up, and they're like $50. I ain't gonna spend no $50 on that. Okay. So what I got here, and what I'm gonna make, is kind of going back to my bushcrafty stuff, which I know a lot of people like that stuff. I do too. Because you can make something out of nothing. This is just a bank line. This bank line. And what I've done is I've got 8 strands that are roughly 3 foot to give myself enough to get out. I might not need the entire 3 foot of each one, but I don't want to be short either. I don't want to go through all this and end up short. So what I've got here is I took all of them together and just did an overhand knot, tighten them up. So I've got this little knot down here at the end. Then I spread all of these out in a spiderish configuration. I don't know how well you can see this, but we'll see. Okay. But then I'll go every other one, and what I did is I tie them together, 2 at a time, all the way around, separate ones, not the same ones. So I got 2 strands here, 2 strands here, 2 strands here, and 2 strands here, and do a square knot. Now, if you don't know how to do a square knot, it's the old what is that old saying? Well, I wish I remember that. But whichever one you go over with, the next time you do the exact opposite. So right over left, left over right, left over right, right over left, something like that. You have to look it up if you don't know what a square knot is. I could probably show you. It'd be hard to do on the camera. Let's see. So I wasn't prepared to do that. I guess I probably should have, since that's what I'm going to be doing. But say that's your loop. I go right over left and over. See, now I can't do it because I ain't got 2 things. But then you would go, you'd bring these up here, and then you'll go left over right and under. And when you pull them together, it's going to make a knot that doesn't slip. You can tighten it down right on itself right there. So you're going to do a bunch of square knots. Now, like I say, not to get too detailed right now because it looks like a big old mess. But you can see I've got them spaced out about as even as I can with each loop. And I'll keep tugging. Sometimes I'll have to adjust them, take them loose and adjust them. And so it's a time consuming thing, but saving $50. You know what I mean? So now you see my little flowerish kind of thing. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put, you got the loops off of these 2 tied together. So the next ones that'll go together will be these 2, these two and these two. So basically in between, like here's the two loops. So the next one's this end off of this one will go here. You'll end up tying it right here. And so like here we're gonna go right over left, my right's gonna go over and under. Tell you what, I'm gonna pull that down to about where I want it. So I went right over left and under. So we'll go left over right. And I'm pretty sure I just did that backwards. But no, there's your square knot. So I can pull it down and it tightens up. If you pull it down and it don't tighten up on itself real good, you might have to tug on it a little bit. This rope's still a little slick. See, I can't, if you pull them two and it keeps on drawing down, then you're not gonna square knot. It's the opposite of whichever one you started with. Some people say, I think it's like left over right and under, right over left and under. There's an old saying I remember from the Boy Scouts, and I can't remember, but if you get it down, so right over left and under. So that was right over left. Remember what you did. Right over left and under. So now I'm gonna go left over right and under. So now I pull that down, I've got a square knot. I might have to work it a little bit and try to keep them as even as possible. So sometimes you might even want to pull from the bottom one up to tighten it that way a little, and like that. So now, this one I've got here, this rope, for some reason, is not wanting to stay tight right there. So you can take them and loosen them a little and adjust them. Okay, so now these two, now I'm backwards. And if you notice, I like leading, this is going to be my right, even though it's not. Because I'm looking at it, I'm trying to look at it like I'm doing it this way. So I keep my same pattern. Because you kind of confuse yourself if you start getting in these and doing. So, right over left and under. Okay. I'm going to stop it about where I want it. So that was right over left and under. So now we're going to go left over right and under. So that way when you pull that down, you've got, it's a square knot. They call it a square knot. It should look like that. So that way when you pull it down tight, it tightens on itself and it don't keep going. See, when you pick it up, you get yourself a, like I say, this is a time-consuming little thing, but for carrying equipment, water bottles, stuff like that, that you just don't have a place to put them. Let's see where I'm at here. Since I picked it up, I threw myself off. So them two, I think it's these two. Okay, so to keep myself in the same pattern without spinning this thing around and getting them all like I did where I just picked it up, and I try to do it. So right over left and under. Okay, so now we'll go left over right and under. I think I got myself all jacked up on that one. Let's see, it's not wanting to pull down, so I got it right. I've just gotta, what I gotta do is re-straighten. And sometimes, like I say, you gotta tweak it. Loosen it and tweak it. I've got myself messed up on that one somehow. And you'll get that too. It'll be, you gotta take them apart sometimes, and so right over left and under. Left over right and under. See how that's not, see I didn't get that right. See that? There's probably actually a simpler method to remember that by. You get yourself in a rhythm and you can do it. I was trying to videotape, that's why I don't videotape a whole lot of this stuff like I should, because you end up where I picked it up, got myself all messed up. Right. Over left. Under. Left. Right. And I'm pulling from the wrong side. So now. Okay. So you can get yourself all backwards sometimes doing this. You start tying a bunch of knots. And sometimes they'll all start running together, if you know what I mean. Especially when the rope's all the same color and everything. Okay, so there's another section of it. So now, as you pull these out and you see where I tied them together, what you want to do, every other one, and I'm not going to show you all of them because I'm going to keep doing this all the way out. And then what it'll do is it'll end up making it'll start making a basket. So, and at some point I'll be able to pick this up and actually hang it on something and do it, just to get me started doing it about like this. So now I've got the two tied together, so then you want the other two here, 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 and here. So this will be my next set of knots, and I'm gonna keep on doing that on out. So I'll come back here in a little bit because this video gets super long if I sit here and do all that, because I'll get meticulous and I'll start moving this one and that one and getting it, you know, all about the same size. But so I'll come back here after I've got some of this done and show you what I got. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, well, I've getting ready to have to run. I gotta go to a basketball game. So I'll show you what I got. And it'll work for what I'm wanting to use it for. So what I'm doing now is I've taken all of the strands together and just tied an overhand knot in them. Try to pull it, and then I'm melting the ends there just to kind of stick them to them just a little. Might need to pull a little more of that out. I might have pulled it a little too much, but I don't want it coming apart, because what I'll end up doing is probably just putting like a little carabiner or something through here. But, and like I say, I gotta run, so I'm not like doing a bunch of fine detail. But places like right here where the buttons, you know, like this one's pushing on that button, I'll probably loosen up that knot, move it that way a little, let it come out. Right here where it's down around the knob, I'll probably do the same. I'll move that knot up just a little, and you can adjust it. You just don't want to get so big that you know, it'll come out the bottom. But that right there, I'll at least be able to hang that off of me to a lanyard, so that way if I'm up on the ground or something, I don't drop this thing and break it. So, but like I say, it's not the best, but it's not $50 either. So, and that right there is about how much I cut off of each one of them 3-foot pieces. But like I say, I wanted to, it's a waste of some rope. I can probably use it for some other little things, but you never know what you can use that for. I'll throw it in my bucket. I got a bucket full of it in case I need little loops like this. But, and see, you can take this off and you can put a water bottle in there and it'll fit perfect. You know, you just want it, like I say, I can move this one down, make this hole here just a little bit tighter, you know, and get it all over. So I can even it up if I wanted to, but I just want it to serve the purpose, you know what I mean? So until I can find another way or a better protection for it, that way I can at least tether this thing to me with probably a little piece of strap, like a webbing strap I got over there, and I'll make it and fix it so I can put it over my shoulder, around my neck or something. But that's it. Y'all have a good one. Fun little project. If you don't want, especially if you got like a water bottle or something like that you want to carry on your backpack, you ain't got a pouch for it, canteen, odd shaped bottle or something that don't fit in a pocket, you can whip you up one of these. And since I got off the camera the last time, it's only been, you know, a few minutes because I didn't go much farther. I didn't have to, because once I put it on here and stretched it all up, I mean, that's how much it covered of it, so you can see. But all right, yeah, have a good one. I better get up here to this basketball game.